Hey guys, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We're in episode 3 of our series, The Final Touch. We're going to move into suits, shoes, and jewelry. Only one of which I can comment heavily on, which would be the suits. Always a very important topic to get the right fit. Most people use some kind of a custom process for this. They have their favorite suit person. I do find still a lot of male bodybuilders are going to there are a couple of big companies that make really good off the rack suits, board shorts and different types of shorts now for classic and men's physique. But let's go through that first. I think that's going to be the biggest place to spend a little time on fit and color and style, even the cut of the suit. Getting into all of the great nuances now that bikini competitors can use for the different levels of bling and straps and so forth. So huge topic. I don't know how well two dudes are going to do with this in completeness, but this is your game. This is a place I know that you're going to shine. So tell us what we need to know, Adam.
Yeah, so as far as suits go, it's really important. One thing I wanted to really cover on this is to make sure that you have your suit a couple weeks before the show for adjustments. I had a guy last week, he ordered his suit last minute. And I said, you better get 2 sizes because if it's too big, you're stuck with that. And luckily he did, because he had to go with the smaller one, actually. So that was the big part of this, was timing. There's definitely tons of options in terms of cut. And that's definitely something you want to relay to your coach. Oftentimes, male competitors especially will buy trunks without even asking me, because I don't think guys put a lot of thought into their suits as much as girls do, unless they're men's physique. And then usually I get 20 or 30 pairs of shorts in my inbox to choose from. But with bodybuilders and classic physique, those suits really all are a little bit different. So you do want to take that seriously, and then color as well. And like, if you have shredded glutes, I definitely want a guy wearing a suit with a smaller back to it. And those are just small nuances that, a lot of guys could take advantage of to really display their physique in a better manner on stage.
Well, on that small point, even somebody who may not be quite as lean in the glutes as they wanted to be or can get genetically, if you go with some kind of a weird full coverage, then it just makes your trunk look longer, your hips wider, and it really makes you look worse. So, whether you have great glutes or not, to have a more triangular, narrow cut just accentuates, that part of your legs. It literally is why the quote, French cut was even, part of the symmetry in probably the 60s and 70s of swimsuits. But one of the things I want to say too, Adam, is take the time. I know it's difficult to order these things, try them on, and still have time to send things back for adjustments or whatever. But when I look at even the style of patterns on a female suit or on a male's board shorts, it's interesting that the lines and the colors and so forth really do change symmetry. And so I saw somebody, for example, at an international show this one time, or just this last week, who had an interesting splatter kind of look. So where a lot of the suits have like almost a swirl circular type thing that I think tries to accentuate, the curves of females' physique and bikini. This one really increased. It almost made the shoulders look bigger. It did something really unique. It was one of the most unique patterns I've seen. And it reminded me how we kind of get stuck in these things, and maybe even as suit makers, that we think this is a style and we have to stick with it. But I've seen with men's shorts, something with like horizontal lines, how it kind of cuts up the body. And again, it gives you a visual symmetry line that changes versus something that may have some angles or maybe just be a solid color. I'm interested in what you look at when you're going to that degree.
When I look at like class or men's physique shorts, I look for dark upper band, because I expect that dark upper band to kind of blend with their midsection and almost nearly make their midsection look a little bit longer. If you have a wide upper band, well, one, it gets dirty super easily, but then you clearly just see where the shorts are. So if that upper band is dark, like maybe a really dark blue or black, it really does tend to blend into the upper body a little bit and make the torso look a little bit longer. And especially for you guys that are just a little bit thicker in men's physique and have a lot of muscle maturity, that makes a huge difference for the outcome and how they look on stage.
Mhm. One of the points I was getting to is that don't just look at the suit and say, wow, that looks nice, I think I'll get that. You almost need to Photoshop that on your physique, or if you can wear it and take a photo, and then take that image of you and put it in a lineup next to other people with other suits, because that's when you can really see, wow, that changes the physique. Again, I don't know if anybody would go to that extent regularly, but it can really make a difference, because otherwise you're left making that judgment after it's over. And then it's a bad time to decide whether you like that suit or not, is when you're looking at the photos after the fact.
A lot of times you might be able to find a competitor that's worn it before as well. So if you type in the hashtag of the suit maker, you can do that. You can look at their comp pictures and just see how that suit at least looked on them, which can kind of help you determine how it might look on you as well.
And one note on fit. So from men's physique to bikini to bodybuilding, you mentioned, if a suit is too big, then it's going to probably, hang a little bit and look weird. But if it's too tight, it may really kind of cut into the skin and make you look softer than you even are. So, I mean, it just pretty much has to be perfect, right? I mean, you don't want a lot of, leeway in either direction.
Yeah, and that's why it's always good, especially men's physique, to have some backup suits. When you carb load, your obliques get bigger sometimes. So you might need a slightly bigger suit when you're carved up versus not. Even digestive changes. And, too, if something gets spilled on you, which happened to one of my pros actually 2 weeks ago, he had to run backstage and just grab his backup pair, and he threw them on over top of his other shorts. You couldn't even tell, but someone had spilled water on him, and it, went down his tan, and he had white trunks on. So they looked like they had a huge coffee stain on them.
Yeah, good note. So as I did last time, we did not even get into jewelry or shoes. So we're gonna have to extend again. So this will be a little bit of a longer series than we anticipated. But you guys hang in there. We will see you next time in Contest Prep University, and we will continue on with the final touch.